I'd like to take a moment to thank my channel members. Thank you. It's continued support like yours that keeps this channel growing. And if you haven't already, please consider joining today. Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Beast Wars Polar Claw, and I love this toy. Originally released in 1996, this was a Mega Class figure, and it retailed for approximately $15. And this is another one of those figures that I picked up at TFCon in Orlando. I was actually with Patriot Prime at my friend Junior's Toy Box booth, and he had Quick Strike, which we've seen here already. And as I was picking up Quick Strike, I just happened to see this guy, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the figure that they used for that famous or infamous Robot Chicken clip. So I just had to have it. So the Robot Chicken clip, if you're not familiar, it's Megatron and Scorponok capturing a Panda Bear Maximo, or what they thought was a Panda Bear Maximo. Obviously, this is not a Panda Bear, but the robot that figure transforms into was this figure just repainted. I just had to have it. So other than that, I really wasn't very familiar with this character at all. It's literally just impulse buy. That's what they use in Robot Chicken. I gotta have it. That's really all it is. But as it turns out, it is a pretty cool figure. So here we have Polar Claw in his Polar Bear mode, and you know it's an old 90s Beast Wars figure, so it's serviceable enough as a polar bear. He does have all of the fur detail is molded in, which is really nice. You've got yellow eyes, black nose. You do have a little mouth gimmick there. I'm going to show you that in a moment. Not a whole lot of posability here. The legs, as you can see, that one claw is spring-loaded, and you can't really pose him very much because of the gimmicks. All of his gimmicks are in his legs, which make him kind of unposable in both modes. You'll see that in just a moment, but just kind of going all the way around. Polar Bear mode is approximately 5 inches long, about 3 inches tall, give or take. Real quick comparison with the other Beast Wars figure I picked up at TFCon. Here he is with Quick Strike, so you can see what the two of them look like together. So taking a look at some of the gimmicks here for the Polar Bear mode, the gimmicks are going to be mostly with the back legs, and that is that when you move the legs back, his mouth opens and closes, and he's got some fangs that also come out. You'll notice that the fangs are not there. They come out as the mouth opens, which is pretty cool. So he's got that. I guess that you can call that a little bit of an attack mode there for the Polar Bear mode. Now, this next gimmick, I'm pretty sure this is intended for robot mode. I couldn't find instructions for this guy anywhere, but it works in this mode as well. So we've got two spring-loaded gimmicks here on the legs. We're going to save this one for robot mode, but this one I think works in both modes. So you got a little lever right there. If you point this up and you pull on that, you get this kind of like this spring-loaded claw extension attack here that happens. So yeah, I think this works in both modes. I think it's intended for robot mode, but like I said, that kind of works. I think it works for Polar Bear mode as well. So there you go. Those are the gimmicks right there. Getting in the transformation, we're going to start with the legs themselves, the front claws here, or the front paws. We're going to move these forward on this ball joint here and just kind of rotate them back and out of the way. We'll do that here as well. Careful with that spring-loaded gimmick. That one loves to pop off, so I'm being very, very careful with that. We're going to take the bottom of basically the belly of the Polar Bear right here, and we're going to use these hinges here to hinge these halves out all the way. Rotate the forearm and then reach in here and pull out the fist. Do that again over here. Rotate the forearm and pull out the fist. Take the front, you're going to want to go back here, take the robot legs, bring these out, and then pull out the feet, or the little toes right there, and we can straighten out the legs. This panel right here is going to open. You're going to come back here also to, you'll notice this little segment right here. Pull up on his little Polar Bear ears right there. And then this whole piece here is going to rotate around like so. Close that back up again. And then bring this back up. And there is Polar Claw in his robot mode, standing at approximately 7 inches tall. I think I'm going to have to move the camera up some. There you go. He stands approximately 7 inches tall, so he's actually a really, really good height. Good size figure right there. He does have that mutant mask gimmick, and I'm unsure which face is supposed to be the robot face and which face is supposed to be the mutant face. This is the face that appears on the box art right here. So I'm going with this as his robot face, but when you turn it around, that looks like a robot face. So I'm not sure which it's possible that this is meant to be the robot and that's supposed to be, I don't know. I mean, it was mutant masks, right? So maybe that's the mask and that's a robot head. If you know, tell me in the comments. I don't know, but I like that. I mean, I like red. I like the look of the red right there, but I kind of like the way that breaks it up too. So I like this one better. So there you go. Going all the way around so you can see what he looks like. He does have these bear claws that kind of stick around his back right there. We'll address those in a moment. A little bit of hollowness on the thighs. Not too bad. Oh, I didn't mention this during the transformation because they just kind of do it on their own. The rear claws of the polar bear, flip those up to form kind of like little knee guards right there. They just kind of flip up on their own no matter what you do. So there you go. There's that. Articulation wise, so the legs can move forward and backwards. You can bend at the knee. You can bend the little toes a little bit. As you saw, the head can turn side to side. The arms are on a ball joint, so you can move these all over the place. Same thing with the elbows. Those are also on a ball joint. All right. Attack wise, actually, let's do this real quick. A comparison. Here he is again with fellow TFCon Beast Wars figure, Quick Strike. So you can see what the two of them look like together. Quick Strike is a basic, so he's very small compared to the Mega. Mega, I think this would qualify today as a Voyager. I think is what we're looking at here. So attack-wise, so again, we can flip this up and over and then flip that, and you got ourselves a little claw attack right there. So you can use that, as you saw, again, in both the Beast mode and in the Robot mode. I think it works for both. The artwork, the box art shows like the claws over his shoulders, but like literally just, hang on. I told you that thing is on a hair trigger. Just the claws here over the shoulders right here, and there's really not a good way of doing that. So I think it just works best to have them back like that. I think it's the way that works the best. So there's one over the shoulder attack, and then this guy over here, we can flip this guy over. We got ourselves a little button right there, so when we push on that, he's going to launch a little, kind of like a little bat companion right here. I'm not sure what this dude's deal is supposed to be, but there you go. This was, these wings fold in like so, pull the claw out, and then bring these in like so, and then this whole piece is going to go back in there, and then it's all spring-loaded, so as you release it, the wings come out, that flips back, and you got yourself a little bat right there. So you can launch that, add some Predacons. He's also got a little handle right there, so he can hold it in his hand as some sort of a bat weapon. I don't know. It's cool. It's weird. It's cool. Bat weapon, maybe? Like some kind of a sonic weapon, maybe? I don't know. Either that or he's just holding his little bat friend in his hand. Why not? So there you go. Very cool figure. Again, this, I didn't know anything about this figure. This isn't one that I have like any kind of an attachment to. This was an impulse buy. Again, when I was at Junior's Toy Box with Patriot Prime, picking up Quick Strike, I saw him and immediately recognized him as the one they used for the Robot Chickens kit, and I just had to have it. Rodimus Primal and I, he had, when we were doing our panel, he had a Megatron figure, and I had this figure. And anytime we weren't talking, we were recreating the scene from the Robot Chickens kit, just because we're up to being children with our toys. So I've had a lot of fun with this figure. And I think that about does it for the Transformers Beast Wars Polar Claw. What did you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends if you like what you see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.